human family, and welcome back to another exciting episode of The Journey of Self Mastery. I'm your host, White Wolf, and today's episode, From Struggle to Strength. All right, so I'm gonna keep this episode short, sweet, and to the point. Yesterday, I had the great opportunity to go to the organization Food to Power, where they held a screening of the documentary Common Grounds. Now, this documentary did a great job of outlining the food system as a whole and showing how our current process of industrial agriculture is leading to degrading our soil and destroying so much of our important aspects of ourselves, of the world around us. We talk about water. 70% of our water is used on our agriculture. Without going too deep into every aspect, this movie just did a great job of showing what's happening at every level, from the farmer level, from the amount of outrageous pricing that they have to pay for equipment, for seeds, for land, etc. At the government level, how they're subsidizing certain policies that force these farmers to operate in this industrial process. From the corporations who are both lobbying for certain policies as well as creating products like Roundup that is creating this pesticide that both poisons the food that we eat as well as poison us when we eat the food. And then they go ahead and sell the solution, such as medical cancer treatment and things of that nature. I bring this up because this movie did a great job of outlining the structure of what's going on. But this issue is not only to the food system. These problems we face are in every structure. It is the systems behind how we are dealing with our homelessness, how we are treating our housing, the system between how we are treating our water, the system between how we are doing our medical, how we're doing our communities, how we are taking care of our energy. This how I'm talking about, like actual, not just electricity, but the energy that we are using as a source to supply our technology. There we go. So this issue, the problems that we face are in everything. And me personally, I feel, and I'm willing to speak up and say that it is not going to be one area that we fix. It is all these areas coming together. Those who are working on the food insecurity, those who are helping the homeless, those who are helping our energy crisis, those who are helping our water crisis, those who are working with community, all of these coming together. We are not separate. All of these forces coming together is how we're really going to start to make the changes in these areas. But before we do that, before we get to that point, we ourselves have to change. Because here's the thing. Everything happening right now is not by accident. It's a struggle right now. Things are getting darker. Things are getting harder. And we see that in our economy. We see that in every aspect of our lives, which makes no sense. How do I have to work 2 to 3 jobs to be able to supply my basic needs? When do I have time to understand myself? And so now let's get into the real topic of discussion today, the struggle. It is through the struggle that we grow exponentially. Again, transparent here. Lately, I have been struggling pretty hardcore. This whole last month has been quite difficult for me without getting into the details of things. Lots of things wanted to come out. Lots of emotions that I try to, this process of healing we go through. It takes time. You don't just heal one time. You don't just forgive one time. You don't just let go one time. It is a continuous process. And the amount of layers we start to dig goes deeper and deeper. And as we keep going, sometimes from a deeper level, something comes up that we have to face and acknowledge and look at and heal. And it's not easy. It can feel quite heavy. But that struggle, for me, I fell back into old patterns of behavior. I let the shadows inside me, without giving them the proper love that they need, they took control of certain aspects of myself. And I started making poor decisions and things that I know was not in alignment with where I want to be at. And I feel like I fell flat on my face. I felt like I fell out of a 3-story building. And when you have these moments, when you go backwards, when you feel very low, when you feel like you can't hear the voice of God, the voice of your angels, of your spirit team, when you feel like you're just starting to slip into a space of darkness, the struggle will make you strong. It is through the struggle that we learn more and more about what really matters and what is really important. I was at a point where I was waking up super late. The amount of training I'd go through throughout the day, I wasn't doing any of it. I was at a place of like complete reset. And to get back into my flow, into my schedule that I have established for myself, because there's certain things I wanted to attain, took a lot and super tiny little baby steps. And here's the thing about the struggle. Every bit of struggle matters. And what I mean by that, for example, personally, I like to wake up. I wake up at 4 in the morning. I try to wake up at 4 in the morning. Sometimes I wake up at 5 in the morning, so between 4 and 5. Because I like to get up. Start off, gotta do prayer, breath work, stretching, open up the joints, meditation, harmony practice. Not in that same order, but I like to do all those before 7 a.m. because I gotta get my kids up. And when I was waking up at 9 a.m., it seemed like, how do I get back to that point? When I'm not doing my training throughout the day, how do I get back to that point of just feeling, recognizing, who am I? And this is where the struggle comes into place. Because I might be waking up at 9 right now. Let me wake up at 8 tomorrow. Let me wake up at 7 tomorrow. Let me wake up at 6 tomorrow. Let me take these tiny incremental steps to get myself back into that flow state, back into building up positive momentum. Momentum is so crucial. Negative momentum and positive momentum both influence us in major ways. Another way we can say momentum is just consistency. What am I being consistent in? Am I being consistent in the negative thought patterns that are draining my energy, in the compulsive and addiction behaviors that are just sucking away my soul? Or am I being consistent in the fire that builds me up, that strengthens my heart in a way that drives me to look at a bigger picture, that drives me to follow my passions and to know that I am worthy to be here and that is not by accident? What are the things we're being consistent in? because that really is what is going to make or break us. Consistency is key. Consistency is key. And it can be so hard to stay consistent. But that's why tiny steps, small incremental, little by little, because those last. And when you fall back, you're able to go back forward. You remember the path that you walked. For me, when I went backwards, I didn't realize how far I have came. That when I went back to the state of dropping down, I'm like, whoa, ouch, that really hurts. I was there, and now I'm here, and now I get back there. Oh man, all right. I've already walked the path once, so I know I can do it again, but dang, it sure did hurt more than I thought. But I'm also so much stronger than I thought. And that motivates me and warms my heart in a way that I didn't even recognize that by myself. And taking this step back did help me recognize that. Being able to recognize that by myself just refuels me. Because now, not only am I getting back into my own flow, because you hear me say this, life is not a competition. It's not you versus me. It's me versus myself. And as I get back into that state of training, of, diving into those passions and seeing what is hidden in these Shaolin arts, baby. Oh, whew. The world is going to see soon enough. But wow. Now I have that fire, not just to practice what I love, but to be able to keep going and say that, hey, we together, all of us, can make this world beautiful for everybody. We have the capabilities, we can do it, we are doing it, and it's happening right now. And it always takes somebody to start first. It always takes somebody to be the one to dance alone, to be the guy who gets laughed at. Man, I get laughed at so many times when I say, hey, we can make our basic needs and necessities invested, protected, and accessible for everybody. Yeah, I'm just a weird guy, and I'm okay with that. And recognizing how strong I am, I'm not going to stop. I refuse to stop taking action, to go to different meetings, to come up with different plans, to keep following the guidance and see it is unfolding in front of me. Once you find your own strength, you know that God is with you and that anything is possible. That's where we are heading towards. That is the next step. We have to get right inside of ourselves first so we can recognize our own power. Because just as these individuals put out this documentary talking about the food system, it's a struggle. That is a struggle. Because some people won't believe. Some people will discredit. The government will discredit. There's a lot of forces here that are going to try to discredit their work, discredit individuals. Look at our everyday, what's going on. How much stress, fear, guilt, shame are people under? How much are they trying to suck up your energy so you do not recognize your own power and strength? It takes time. It takes being uncomfortable. Sometimes you're never alone, but in this third dimensional perspective, sometimes you might have to be the first one to step forward, unafraid, and say, hey, I'm willing to be laughed at. Laugh at me all you want. Because it's not going to be funny when the next 7+ generations are dealing with so much catastrophe that we had the capabilities of stopping it now, but we chose not to because of complacency, ignorance, loss of hope. I was too busy at my 3 jobs to have the energy to even care about what am I eating, to care about what's going on around me. I'm so tired. I just want to lay in bed. And we have to move away from that little bit by little bit. And that could look different for everybody. You know, for me personally, people looked at me like I was crazy. I left the military, tried getting a couple of different jobs. My heart was like, no, you're not doing that. You're going this way. And I followed it. And that alone made people look at me like, this guy is insane. And I'm just like, I follow my heart. And I will always follow my heart. And my heart tells me we can do this. My heart tells me we are doing this. And I am excited because it's happening. And so I'm going to leave it there, family. It is through that discomfort, through the struggle, that we find how powerful we really are. And so, on the horizon, we got some more content coming out, different types of content. That's going to be really awesome. That's going to be really awesome. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and stick around to see what is going on, because we are just getting started. Thank you everybody for being with me till the end of the video. It has been a pleasure to be able to even be here in this location, to be able to have the technology to connect with y'all, to go on the computer, to do these things. So thank y'all for whoever watches these videos, and all praise and glory goes to God. Thank you, Most High. And so that is going to conclude our episode for today. Everybody, take care. If you're looking for some assistance on working, understanding your energy, go ahead, head to the stand.store/whitewolf719 found below in the description box. And there you can get yourself a free level 1 awakening course, as well as buy some products that are going to help develop your energy in a completely different type of way. So everybody take care. God bless. And I will see you all in the next exciting episode.